Good morning, everyone. Am I audible? Okay. Yesterday we have discussed some one substitution technique, that was the Caesar cipher. Is any questions? If you have revised, so is there any question? Please respond. Okay. Anyway, we'll wait for 2-3 minutes to join the students. Meanwhile, if you're having any question, you can post in the chat box. Okay. All of you revised the Caesar cipher. Please respond. Roll number 1. Yeah. Is it clear to you? Roll number 1.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, roll number 3. So 3.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Caesar cipher. All of you, please respond or raise your hand so that I'll understand that you completely understand the Caesar cipher, substitution technique. Okay. So today we will discuss this mono alphabetic cipher and also Playfair cipher. So we have seen what is the Caesar algorithm. So it was something like this, right? So the ciphertext alphabet is equal to plain text alphabet number plus key value modulo 26. And similarly, to get the plain text, so it will be C minus K modulo 26. And we have how to proceed is, so we have given the numbers. A is 0, B is 1, C 2, and so on. Z will be given as 25. Then we know the modulo operation, so we have to take the remainder, and whatever the number comes, so corresponding to that number, the alphabet will come in the ciphertext. So that is what we have seen in the previous lecture. So now we'll see mono alphabetic cipher. So here what the mono alphabetic means, so single cipher alphabet is used per message. And based on what, so what is the main algorithm here will be, we will take the combinations, or we can say permutations of a finite set of elements. So that is, it should be in a order sequence. Remember, it should not be like some random sequence. So it should be order sequence. That is something like this. If some finite set of elements means, so if it is a comma B comma C is there, then we can write A B C as one set. Then A C B another C. Then this is on order. Then B A C or B C A. Similarly, C A B or C B A. So this is total 6 combinations or 6 sets. So if S is equal to A, B, C, and so on, suppose Z. So total how many? 26. So we'll get 26 factorial combinations. Right? So that is, if there are n permutations of a set of n elements. So for n elements, so how many permutations or combinations? So n factorial permutations. Right? So if we see the example, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So these are the 26 alphabets. Now, suppose set 2, this will be set 1, okay? Which is very direct, no? Set 2 will be something like this. See, after 9, 10, I will not admit anyone. So please remember that. Then leave one letter. So if we can start from like this, B, C, D, and so on up to Z, then A. This is set 2. Then set 3, C, D, and so on, Z, A, B, and so on. Or some set 25, it will be like A. Then next will be C, then D, and so on. Are different combinations we can make. So total 26 factorial combinations, so or permutations. So if we compare with the Caesar cipher, there was only 26 keys or 25 keys only available, so we can easily break the ciphertext. But 26 factorial, so it is very difficult to identify, right, unless until we know the plain text combinations, etc. Are you getting my point here? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
So those many number of combinations means it, yeah, maybe we can decode the code after so many combinations, but compared to the first one, it is difficult. So only 25 keys or 26 keys are available. So those number of patterns we can easily get the actual plain text. So here also we may attack. So but how? if we know the nature of the plain text, this is very, very important. Yes, we can crack the code if we know the nature of the plain text. So here, what is the example is non-compressed English text. So that means suppose something like this. I will start from Bangalore at 6 p.m. etc. Right? So this is not compressed. It is the plain text as it is, right? Compressing in the sense, so we may change. First start will come, right? Then I will come, then maybe it comes, and so on. This is the compressed one. So if it is not compressed English, then the analyst can exploit the regularities of the language. So if I know the nature of the plain text, and the cracker, he will exploit from the regularities of the language. So what is the regularities of the language, you will see. But this monolithic monoalphabetic cipher, even though so many keys are available, so many formats are there, but this ciphertext can also be decoded. Is this clear? What is this cryptanalytic attack? So if I know the nature of the plain text, and if the sentence is not compressed with English text, and we can exploit, the attacker can exploit the regularities of the language. Now see the example. So this is the ciphertext. Maybe message is very lengthy. So this is the ciphertext is given, but how can we get the plain text? Right? Now you may get a doubt. How can we first suppose I will start. This is the plain text. So this is the plain text. So how can we get the ciphertext? Can anyone tell? Yes, anybody? How can I find ciphertext from this plain text in a mono alphabetic cipher? Respond, please.
Adding each letter with the modular division with 26.
Yeah, not audible. Can you raise your volume?
Adding each letter with the keys and modular division with 26.
No. Modulo 26 will be different. So here the combinations we have to see. Suppose one permutation is something like this. D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, etc. Z. After Z, you will get A, B, C. This is one combination or one set. So based on this, actual ABCDs we will write. I count. Then up to Z. Okay. Now if we see here, for A, this is D. For B, this will be E, and so on. So this is the ciphertext, and this will be the suppose plain text. So this is how we will convert plain text to ciphertext. Is it clear? See.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that is how the plain text is converted into ciphertext. That you will do one example later. So first, actually, this is the combination, the normal, the alphabets in a sequence form. Then any one set we will take and we will compare with this. Then the ciphertext will be produced, that can be transferred. So suppose this is one example. Okay. So this is very lengthy message. So it may take so much time. But already this is decoded based on what conditions, etc. We will see. We may not use the same procedure for different measures. So that will be based on the the message length. Now see how we will proceed is the first step will be we will find the relative frequency of the letters. So in the ciphertext, so there are so many letters, so we will see relative frequency of the letters, like suppose A is there, how frequently this is coming, right? And we will compare with the standard frequency distribution for the English. So here observe carefully, this is from the given ciphertext. So P is the frequency is 13.33, Z 11.67 and so on. And some letters are there which are not there, right? C, K, L, and R. So this is the frequency in the ciphertext. But in the general English, this is the frequency. So if any words are there, how frequently each letter is coming. A 8.167, B 1.497, and so on. If we see, E is coming regularly or more frequently compared to any letter. Similarly, if we see this one, T, after E, this one is coming frequently, and so on. A to Z. Can you identify which is coming very rarely or the lowest frequency? Tell me. Yeah, respond. Which letter rarely coming?
Z.
Z, 0.074. This is 0.095. Yeah, so Z, right? So we have to compare with this and identify some letters in the ciphertext that will be converted into plain text. Then after, now what I will do here is, now, so here P and Z are more frequently. So when we compare with this, so P comma Z, either T or E, yes or no? So P may be E or Z may be T, because these two more frequently coming and these are the general English. Getting my point here? This is how to decode the messages. So if you see any English movies or any movies, they will go with a different decrypting algorithms. So then finally they will get some message or actual plain text. So then the next combination will be like, if you observe carefully, so S, U, O, M, H, etc. So then after that D, E, V, X, and so on. So we have to compare with that, and I'm writing if there is S, U, O, M, H in the ciphertext, they are related to this one, A, H, I, N, O, R, S. So this is in the ciphertext. After this, how much frequently they are coming, and this is the general English, and so on. The remaining letters like here A, B, G, Y. I am having the combination. That's why I'm writing directly I, J. So these are related to B, J, K, Q, V, X, Z. See, S is 8.33, U 8.33, O 7.50, M 6.67, H 5.83. If they are related, S 8.33, which is related, see here, A 8.167, yes or no? Then around 8, there is a H is there. Then there is a I, and so on. So we can relate, right? S, U, O, M, H will be in the general English. This is the combinations. Now, next step. So the frequency alphabets are fixed. Frequencies of alphabets are fixed. No, 42. I mean, in the general English, yes, this is fixed, right? But in the ciphertext, yes, we need to find, and we need to get some relation between the letters frequently coming in the ciphertext and the in general English. Yes, this diagram will be fixed. Got the point? 42?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now from that we have to identify for which letter. Suppose there is a U. If I am able to find the letter U correctly, maybe for M I am finding, for Z I am finding. So we may get initially few letters. Then from a trial and error method, we can fill all the letters so that we'll get the some reasonable plain text. Yes. Now see, the first step is the frequency. The second step, step 2 will be, now we have to find the frequency of 2-letter combination. So 2-letter combinations, right, which will be called as diagrams. Okay. Di means 2. So if there are 2-letter combinations, suppose AB is there. If this one combination is coming repeatedly, then we will first identify this. Then we may get some information from that. Then 3-letter combinations, we will say trigrams. Okay, and so on. So that is the step 2. Got the point here? Please respond.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
So first we have to find the how frequently each letter is coming, and we have to compare with the general frequency letters. Then we have to find the 2-letter combinations. So now if we observe the test again, what is the test? Yeah. So 1 second. Yeah. Now, okay, for you it may be difficult to identify the 2-letter combinations which are repeated. I will try to identify, and please observe carefully. Yes, all of you, are you seeing this text?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Carefully observe PV, PO, OP, ZP, GZ, VB is there. 1 second. ZW, PF. Now see here, this is ZW is here. This is ZW, ZH, ZW, ZH. So we can say ZW is here because it's already there. ZW, then ZW. So this is 3 times it is repeated. Yes or no? Yes, ZW. Now, generally in English, which letter, 2-letter combination will come frequently will be TH. Yes or no? Always there will be the in general English format. So that means the ZW will be TH. Yeah. This is just from the regularities in the English, etc. And which letters, which two letter combinations are coming regularly in the ciphertext, and which two letters generally will come in the English language. So that means this ZW will be replaced by TH in the plain text. Now, if we see the combinations now, ZW, where are the ZW? So there is a ZWP here, right? And this is ZWY is there, ZWS is there. Now, we already know that PZ are, when we compare in the English frequency, so PZ will be ENT. So if I replace P by E, okay, now go back to the previous one. So this is ZWP. So that means if I replace here, we will get a word here. Yes or no? ZWP means THE. We can get it. So Z is T, W will be H, and P will be E. So this will be in the plain text. Are you getting my point here? Please respond. So initially we will compare the frequencies, then two letter combinations, then maybe three letter combinations. So THE will be like a ZWP will be three letter combinations. So frequently we will get. Respond.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that is, we got three letters. Now ZWP will be TH. Now if we see ZWSZ, ZWSZ. So we got what? ZW means TH, ZWP means THE, and ZWSZ. So what is that meaning? THT. So what can be this letter?
A.
It should be A. So that means S will be replaced by A in the plain text. So this is in the ciphertext and this will be in the plain text. So now see here. So based on what we have done, we got four letters. One is T, that is for Z, S, A, P, E, and so on. Z means T, we know. H is the W. Right? Then after this, so from the trial and error method, so we have to spend a lot of time to get the original message. So based on the calculations, etc., this was the plain text, right? So it was disclosed yesterday that several informal but direct contacts, right? So that is, we can say, so it was disclosed. So it is not there, but maybe trial and error method, so they got the information as like this. But yes, it is very difficult to us, because if I don't know the nature of the plain text, so it is very difficult to identify. If we know the nature of the plain text, yes, we may get. Now you can try. Now, what is this? Monolithic ciphers are easy to break because they reflect the frequency data of the original alphabet. Now, here one question. What we have discussed, Caesar cipher. Now, tell me, is it mono-alphabetic cipher or not? What is the meaning of mono-alphabetic cipher? Means, suppose if there is a, if I am replacing with some M, wherever A comes, we will replace with the same M. Yes or no? So either Caesar cipher or what we are discussing today, monoalphabetic cipher, both are same, but here algorithm is different and here algorithm is different, or the keys are different. So both are, whatever we discussed yesterday and today, both are monolithic, monoalphabetic ciphers only, but the algorithm or keys are different. And these two can be easily break, because in Caesar cipher only 25 keys are available, and this will, if I know the frequency of these alphabets and the nature of the plain text. Is it clear? Monoalphabetic ciphers and the Caesar cipher. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll see a simple message. We will try to what do you call, recover. Suppose this is the ciphertext is given. Now don't go, if the message is lengthy, then we can go for the process what we have seen. But if the message is, we can say, short, we can no go for the trial and error method, which combination may be. So try and tell me this. Suppose this is something ciphertext. L Z L O J L Y W Z R O D N K Y. This is the ciphertext. Now identify the plain text. Don't go for the frequency of letters and comparing with the general English frequency letters, because this the message is short. So we can go for the observation. Try to observe the letters and try to get some idea what may be the pattern or permutation. So can anyone get any idea? Please tell me. Yes, trying. Please respond. Please respond in the chat box. Are trying or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Roll number 15. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Are you getting any idea?
No, sir.
Who is this Raga Sindhu? Please select your roll number, not name. Yes. Are you there? Roll number 50. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what can be the plain text? Go for the, what do you call, the, write down like this. I'm giving you hint. Please write down like this in the note. A, B, C, D, etc. I, J, K, L, M, N, O, and so on up to Z. Now try to see. So this is the L, Z is here, etc. So what can be the actual plain text? Okay. Observe these patterns, you may get something. Or if you are getting at least 2-3 letters, yes, you may get the plain text. Try చేస్తున్నారా లేదా?
Sir.
P Q R S T U V W X Y Z. Okay na? Now first letter L కదా. So suppose let's think that after this M, okay na, M అనుకుందాం. So if there is maybe M, or it may be N, or it may be O, or it may be K, or it may be I. So generally, I mean, we may get something. The actual word will start from I. Suppose if I take I, can I go for I? Respond.
Yes, sir.
So if I go for I, okay. Now, and where is the I again? Here. Okay, and so on. Okay, next we will go for Z. Where is the Z? Now see here, this is a L. This will be the third letter, which is, we can say this is after, means it will be before. So what is the third letter before this Z? W. Yes or no? Correct or wrong? I'm just identifying the pattern here. Next, it is coming L, so it will be W. Now can you identify what can be this?
I will.
So O means, where is the O? So the third letter, yes or no, before. So similarly, you can identify what is the third letter here for J. Tell me.
Will go.
I will
Go.
Okay. L అంటే L, J తర్వాత L కదా. L means ఏంటి?
Oh.
No. Already we have got for L. I got I, right? So L means I only here.
Give, sir, give.
Give up. So this is ZLWO is over. ZLYW. So that means for W it is here. One second. ZL. Sorry, not this. J means we got L. Y means V. So Y means V, correct? Huh? So W means Z. Something is wrong here. JLY. So maybe I have written wrong. Huh? JLYW. So E means, so it must be H. This is H, not W. Okay. Then otherwise it will be wrong. And next, what about ZROD? Z. It's WZRO. I will WZ. Yes, maybe ciphertext I may have given wrong. So actually it will be like we should get 2 lakhs. I will give 2 lakhs. That is example. अरे मार yeah, sorry for the disturbance. Yes. Now, as I was trying to convert this plain text to ciphertext, so maybe I have gone somewhere wrong. So what was the technique I used was after every third letter. So for A, B, C, D, it will be like D, E, F, G, H, I, etc. After Z, we may get A, B, C. Okay. So based on that, I have it. Now we can go in a different, I mean, the opposite way. So for T, what can be the cipher alphabet? Yes or no? Can you find what is the cipher? For E, what can be the ciphertext? Third letter means H. Yes, this should be H. Then for T, what can be the word?
Sir, it wasn't supposed to be H. You missed an H over there. W is correct.
Okay, I missed H. The remaining correct?
Yes, sir, I guess.
Okay, I just missed H. So it will be H. Then 2. Sorry. T means
W.
W.
Z.
W means Z.
Z.
O,
R.
R. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Then L, O, A. It will be D. Yes or no? Then K. K means N. H means K. S means V. Right? So that is identifying the combination or the permutation. Yes or no? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
See, the first, if the message is very lengthy, so we have to go for the frequency of the letters. 1 second. So where was the message? Yeah. So this was the message. If this is a message which is in ciphertext, to convert into plain text, we have to see the frequency of the letters and compare with the English one. Compare with the general English frequency of the letters. Then we may get some letters. Then by the trial and error method, we will get the entire message. If I know the nature of the plain text, then only we can crack. Otherwise, it is very difficult in this type of where we are having 26 factorial combinations, right? So compared to the Caesar cipher, it is somewhat difficult because there is only
Hello.
yeah.
హలో సార్
Yeah,
సార్ ఇప్పుడు 10 o'clockకి కొంతమందికి ఎగ్జామ్ ఉంది సార్ ఎన్హీ సెక్యూర్ది
okay.
సో 10 minutes తొందరగా వెళ్ళొచ్చా అని
Yeah. Okay. So that in that case, we will see the play 5 cipher tomorrow or next class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay then. You can leave. I will take the attendance from the Zoom app only. Okay.
Okay, sir.
సార్
Thank you, sir.